What up, though, y'all? It's your man Will B with my man Cherrard.
What it do? What it do?
And the beautiful Miss Traci, new to the set. We call ourselves the Virgo Verdict. And it's all sponsored by the Soul Important Radio, B3FP2, and the Great Kitchen Takeover.
Whoop, whoop. No doubt, no doubt.
How's everybody doing? I'm going to start out and just talk to Traci for a minute, man, since they know us. Yeah. But this is new face to the setup, to the Soul Emporium, to what we do. And Miss Traci, how are you?
I'm excellent on purpose.
Oh, come on, girl. I like that. People say we cocky. That ain't mean we cocky. We just confident in what we say and how we feel.
This is true.
Come on.
I'm not lying.
No doubt. No doubt. So you say you have the Great Kitchen Takeover. Tell me a little bit about that.
Okay. So I have a brunch company.
Okay.
It's a catering business called Estella's Famous Brunch Company.
Okay.
Where did the name come from?
My grandmother.
Okay.
My grandmother was Anita Estella Patterson Boyd. And she is the one who taught me how to cook.
Come on.
So as a way of, and I love feeding people.
You say you like beating people?
Feeding.
Oh, feeding. Okay, girl.
Hey, when you say you learn from your grandmother, so you don't measure. So you do the smidgens.
Sometimes I measure though.
Okay.
Like with baking, you gotta measure. But like with just regular, when I'm just tying my apron on, no. Okay. And so it's hard for me to give away recipes. So I'll be like, hey, you're gonna have to eyeball it. But yeah, so the name came from my grandmother because she was my greatest kitchen influence.
Okay.
And Granny could burn, and I can burn. I ain't the best cook, but I'm a good one.
Come on.
And I need to stop saying I've been working.
It's
on
okay.
that.
It's something.
What's your specialty?
French cuisine.
French
with a Detroit twist because
so French soul.
Detroit was a French colony when it started. All of my cooking has an element of Frenchness to it.
Okay.
My specialty is quiche. I do 25 different kinds of quiche. Yeah. So as a way to promote my business, and I would feed people for free if I could. So I started the Great Kitchen Takeover, which is a social media launch to give awareness to Estella's. It's a way for me to feed people for free. And it's a way to have great conversations with people who I would otherwise not converse with. Sweet. So what happens is I put a call out. People tell me they want me to take over their kitchen. I come over with stuff, with a plan. They have to have a mystery basket of at least 4 items in the mystery basket that I have to include in the meal. So I do that. And while I'm cooking, we talk. I bring a set of cards with morality-based questions, and we talk about them.
Dig that while you're doing the
I'm
prepping and cooking,
yes,
right? And
while they're eating. So there's usually an offshoot to the question. So these great conversations end up forming, and then the meal lasts way longer than it should. But we get some good stuff. So I did my first one last weekend.
Okay, dig that.
And it was excellent. Had a few little hookups, but the food was delicious. Everybody enjoyed it. The conversations were great. So I'm just looking forward to seeing how it goes. I'm looking forward to getting in some celebrity kitchens and having those kinds of conversations. So, and plus I want to get some pub for Estella's. So yeah, that's it.
Now, the first episode, is it out yet?
It's not out yet. Okay. I have to edit. Okay. And I got so many things going on. Plus, I'm a procrastinator and I'm lazy sometimes. So I have not.
We are familiar with that.
Our hands are in so many different things, man. Yes, it's like okay.
Yes. But I also, y'all, I want to plug this. I also have a nonprofit.
Okay.
It is called Snacktivism Detroit, and I feed people in the local area now, but I want it to be nationwide.
Okay.
So the goal is to feed people who do not qualify for food stamps.
Got you.
Who make too much to get food stamps, but they don't have enough to make it.
Right.
Got you.
Till the end of the month. So that's where Snacktivism comes in. We come and supplement. We basically take over your food budget for the month, and we do meal delivery. So we pay for, those meal delivery kits like HelloFresh and stuff like that. And so originally I was going to cook. all the meals. But I'm like, I don't want to do all that cooking standing up. So I chose to do it that way. Number one, because people sometimes feel a way about going to the food banks. So we deliver the food, and then also it gives the family time to spend together preparing these meals. You can get different kinds of meals from all over the world, different cuisines, so it exposes people who wouldn't ordinarily be exposed to certain cuisines to that, and it's an opportunity for the family to cook together.
Sweet.
So and it's free. They got good food, they got good healthy food, and they can connect as a family.
That is so dope, man.
It is.
It's a pleasure meeting you, man, because I didn't know you was into all of that. Sherrod told me something about you, and it's like, okay.
I never told him about snacktivism, so I'm a snacktivist, and I would love to solicit all of my family and friends to be snacktivists too, and just volunteer, because we have programs where we teach about food budgeting, recipes, how you can stretch your monthly budget, couponing, stuff like that. Field trips to the grocery store. So yeah, it's cool.
Man, Sherrod, we need to be a part of this, man.
Yes.
We will bring the Black Love Gang.
Yeah.
Yes,
no
yes,
doubt.
yes. All peace, all love, all the time.
Yes,
That's
ma'am.
my life motto.
Dig that. Hey,
Sweet.
that was sweet. I just wanted to get a little in depth on you,
Yes.
and we'll probably edit that down, and I'm gonna put this on the station.
Hey, you know what? Honestly, man, I'll probably do is take what y'all just talked about, this and then the other, just make it its own separate video.
Yeah, that's what
so
I'm-
You can put it out.
Yeah, that's where you can put it out on
Okay,
YouTube and
dope.
things like that.
Dope.
That's why I wanted to do it a little
Yeah.
bit, because I know she had a lot of interesting things that's going on that I don't know about, and then the people would like to know that.
Yes.
Yeah, that's dope. Because
That's dope.
a snacktivist.
Snack division. I'm
That's-
like, she's a snack.
Black
division.
people, so it's just so creative with words.
Aren't we though,
Yes.
man?
We take shit and just make it up.
Make it work.
Yes,
You know what I mean?
yes.
Put down, instead of B3FP2, this is Soul Vision TV for my representation. It's
Gotcha.
cool for what we just did. But,
Yeah.
But when we do what we do, then that'll be because
Soul Vision Powercast.
yes.
All right. So we about to do it all over again?
No, we don't got to, because all I have to do is
Just
just
edit. Yeah, we made a pause already.
yeah. That's all I gotta do. I could put hers out, boom, and then take the beginning of that one and put it on to this one, so we can just jump into the topic.
All right, let's do this then.
Yeah.
Go ahead. You know the topic. Come on, bring it up, man. What is it?
Hey, today we're gonna talk about allowing your children to so-called disrespect parents.
Disrespect parents.
Disrespect.
All of us have children, right?
I don't.
You don't?
I do not have children.
So how are you going to give an input on this and you don't have any children? That's what I want to know.
Well, because I was a kid. And I do have a son who is not my biological son.
Got you. Okay.
And I am also a high school teacher.
Oh, dig. Okay.
Yes.
So that's what I'm saying.
That speaks volumes. I
Yes.
wanted to be a teacher.
Did you?
Yeah, and I wanted to be a third grade teacher because I feel you catch them at a certain age, you can actually mold them to be something a little bit greater as they get older. But the reason I digress from it, I'm an affectionate type of guy. Being the Virgo that we are, we.
That's her thing, though. Tell them.
That
But
is
for
my
men,
thing.
it's different.
Yeah, it is.
Think about it.
It is. It is.
A
You couldn't-
woman,
you
a
couldn't
woman,
hug
a
a young-
woman can
yeah.
go up to a young man and say, "Oh, baby, everything's gonna be all right." They would think nothing of it. Let me go up to a young man, "Hey, man, I got you. Everything's gonna." Mr. B hugging him. Why is he hugging him?
Yes, when
You-
we did
you understand?
I do. When we did our professional development this summer, the superintendent had to give examples of how we can hug our students. I don't go by those examples. I give the full mama hug.
you got to.
I let them know I got you,
Yeah.
and I want you to feel this love energy. So I hug and squeeze.
Hey,
But they know, it's all love. Like
No
I'm
doubt.
I'm the go-to at my school for love.
'cause that's what we
So
do.
when the teachers know, like when they're having a problem or they recognize that a student needs some love that day, they literally send them to me,
Dig that.
and I don't mind at all.
Not at all.
And you know, and then I worked in Head Start and a high school,
Right.
and those children need affection.
Yes.
They do.
They do, because they man,
do.
when you see a child walk into the building already on 10, like,
Yes.
like, dude, what's wrong?
Yeah.
Man, I don't want to. But look, I didn't do it. Come holler at me.
Yeah.
Right.
Come
There
talk
you
to
go.
me, man.
Yeah,
Come
yeah.
talk to me. Let's move to the side because I don't want your day to start like
Oh,
this.
there
Yes,
you go.
absolutely.
That's the love in us. Even though I didn't do it for school, I did it for the church that I'm affiliated with.
Okay.
I wound up teaching 3rd grade. I said, look at God.
Okay, right.
So
right.
and then I was able to give them that love and affection and the information that they need.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the young ladies just turned 30. I was like, whoa, wait a minute.
Damn,
How
you
old
old.
now? You know what I'm saying?
You old,
Ain't
man.
nobody asking you about nothing, man. I was talking about the young lady who just turned 30.
You
Her
just,
birthday.
you just taught somebody that turned 30.
And your point is that the point is that I was able to utilize the affection and the dedication and being able to say, hey, everything's gonna be all right to young ladies, young men, and artistic kids. I got an artistic young fellow who graduated high school. He loves me. That's my dude.
Yeah, that's nice.
But his mom was like, it was just something about you. Aiden just drew to you. Mm-hmm. He saw the realness in me, and I didn't judge him. I just loved on him. And when he acted out, I checked him on it, and nobody had really did that. So I get it.
Well, I got a bunch of kids, so
Yeah, we know.
I got a bunch of them.
I got 2.
So let's clarify what you mean by disrespect. Like, what do you mean by that?
Well, you know what? From just looking at the video, we
Yeah.
all saw it.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, the disrespect comes because being a father, I'm going to tell you why I've told you to
Yes,
do
sir.
this, right?
Yeah.
I don't just blanket, go do such and such.
But where did you get that from, though? Because our being able to explain, because I was raised in the house, MLK generation was my parents.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, because I said so. It
Do as I
wasn't
say,
no
yeah.
explaining and do as I say. Not as I do. They literally would say those
Yeah,
words.
absolutely.
Like, and do it now. Don't hesitate.
Oh man,
They felt like they did not have to explain. So where did you get that from?
You know what? It came from my dad was a drill sergeant. I mean, my dad was an Army guy, but he had this drill sergeant mentality,
yeah.
right? And it was basically, I never thought to question him as a kid. Like, if he said, Sherrod, go outside and cut the grass, right? It was only after he had taught me how to cut the grass.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was common sense to me. He said, hey, Sherrod, go wash the dishes. And it was never, it ain't my turn. Because everybody in the house, my brothers and sisters before me already did it. So for me to say, okay, well, now if it wasn't my day and he said, Sherrod, go wash your dishes, I'd be like, Dad, it's David's day.
yeah.
It'd be like, oh, okay. Well, you go tell David,
your brother, right?
Take it down
You get in there and get it done.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So, for me, I tell my kids, it's not what you say, it's how you say it to me.
Yeah.
And I explain to them, I lay it down the line. I'm not going to ask you to do anything I wouldn't do or have it done.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of respect there that I give my children. But at the same time, when I say go do something, trust that I'm telling you the right thing.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Just trust, because I explain stuff. Because if you fuck it up, I'm on your head. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because I've told you, I explained to you. I didn't explain to you once or twice. I explained it to you until you're clear on what I mean.
What it is. Yeah.
Now, my dad, did he do that? No, he didn't do that. But it's like, man, each generation
It's different.
Yeah, because we all are people of a certain age. I am not my mama's 50. I remember, and my mom's 82 now, and she looks good. She's always looked good.
Okay.
But 50 back in the day was way more mature looking than we are now. Like I.
Yeah. We know. We go ahead.
Yeah. So, to my kids at school, I explain everything to them because I want to set them up for greatness and success. So the only way they can be great and the only way they can be successful is if they embrace intelligence and they align themselves with excellence. So I have to give them as much information that they need so that, and a lot of them, they want instant gratification. They're addicted to these phones and all of that. So as a deterrent from their current addiction, if I'm telling them something, I have to give them some substance to tear them away from what they are ordinarily doing, because we know social media ain't shit. It's just really entertainment, and that's what they're addicted to.
That's what they do. And
So
see,
I'm
the
trying
drama.
to, yes.
Yeah.
So in my explanations, I want them to be addicted to intelligence, their own critical thinking, and all of that. So yes, I explain in that sense, and if I had children, I would explain it to them too.
I explained a little bit. I have 90s children, 94
Okay.
and 97. So they was in the era where social media and stuff hadn't really came out until they were a little bit older.
Mm-hmm.
So with me, how did I explain? I had my dad in me, so I was stern.
Mm-hmm.
But my dad always said, "You can always ask me, but you're still gonna have to do it."
Right.
You understand? So he
door
always
is
told me.
always open,
So ask your question, but the end result is it's gonna get done.
You gonna do it?
Yeah,
'Cause I said
regardless.
do it.
And I was like, okay, so I had that adaptation. So my kids, especially my boy, that baby boy, Dad, why I gotta go shovel snow? Little boy, if you don't get your ass out there and get that snow, I done did it already. I done been out there. Matter of fact, I'll come out and help you. But if I tell you go do it, go on and do it, man. Get it out the way and get it done.
Yes, and I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing anything to harm you.
Yeah.
I'm not going to put you in a horrible
Yeah.
position. You have to trust that I know that you're capable.
You can do it, yeah.
And that's the other thing. Like, I know you can do it.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's for me. It's I agree with both you guys, but there's a trust issue. There's a trust factor here too,
Yeah.
because if I say, "Nigga, run," I need you
I
to
need you to
run.
run.
Exactly.
Yes.
Trust
Yeah,
that I'm
yeah.
telling you to run,
Yes.
because I don't want to have to turn around like, "Hey man, there's a lion coming. He's moving pretty fast.
Yeah.
We're not
We don't have
capable of
time for that."
outrunning him.
Yeah.
So I need you to
Yeah.
run when I need you to do as I tell you to do when I tell you to do it."
Yeah, I need you to read the room and recognize the urgency in my voice.
And I explain that to both my children. When I tell you something, I'm telling you something for a reason. So if I say don't go in the street, I'm telling you for a reason, because these cars are zooming up and down the street. They may not see you, and guess what? Now I got to take you to the hospital. But if
Hey,
you
you know
just
what?
did what I asked you to do, when I asked you to do it, we wouldn't have that issue.
You know what? Since you just said it like that, maybe our parents did explain to us. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember, man, I was walking my bike across the street, car flying down the street, almost got hit by a car. My sister went and told on me and shit, right?
Yeah.
And I got my ass got kicked, right?
Yes, sir.
And then my old dude was like, "Man, how many times have I told you you just can't go across the street when you want to? You have to get one of them or ask one of us to." So now I'm thinking about it.
That was the breakdown.
But did he say, Sherrod, if you don't get one of us to walk you across that street,
You know
you're going
what?
to get hit by a car?
It was an understanding
Yeah.
that if I didn't talk to get my brother or sister or talk to them, I knew I wasn't supposed. I knew I wasn't supposed to do it. So when I got my ass beat, I was mad because I got a whooping, but I understood why I got that.
Yeah,
whooping.
so now you have a starting point to do things differently.
Yeah.
In the video though, I forget who said it. One of the guys said, they didn't explain because, or they explained or something. But so kids who don't have any pushback, like if you tell them to go and if your parent tells them to go and do something, and then and they just readily go and do it, then that means that one of their friends could tell them. I disagree with that
I do
because
too.
a parent is different from a friend.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you also have to rely on your parenting skills that you're not raising a fool, and then you have to do some thinking like, did I instill them with critical thinking? Like, if you're doing your job as a parent and you're instilling them with critical thinking, then no, they're not gonna jump off a bridge if they friends say jump off a bridge. But at the same time, I still want them to be like, hey, my mama said this. I trust my mother. I know my mother, so I'm gonna do what my mother says.
Oh, Mr.
A
Brooks was
friend,
no joke.
that's different.
Mr. Brooks was no joke. I tell him I'll jump in a heartbeat. I'll fight you to the death before I go home and fight my dad.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not. No. Please, bruh. I'm not about to go home and explain to my father why I did what I did, knowing I wasn't supposed to.
I listened to you.
Man.
And my dad told me, but
Right,
I listened
come
to you.
on, man.
No, because
Please.
when my dad find out, I'm gonna get fucked up for
Thank you.
listening to you and not him.
Come on.
Hey,
man.
but you know what? My dad had one question.
What's
man,
that?
And that it, you know, because he's the king of sarcasm, right?
Yeah.
How did that work out?
But you have to think about
You have to
that.
think about it. You have to sit
You know,
and think.
Did that
Oh,
work out? It worked
know,
out
it
fucked up.
It was like, you know, you would do something, and, you know, he would tell you, okay, case in point, he told me to cut the grass.
Yeah.
He had been telling me to cut the grass all week.
Mm-hmm.
And my dad worked second shift, so
Right.
like 1 o'clock to 11. Okay. I'm
got
bullshitting.
time.
I'm bullshitting.
Yeah.
Look, I'm in East Catholic. I'm in high school. So I'm sitting there like, I forgot to do something. I'm like, oh shit. Bro, I was out cutting the grass at 10 o'clock at night.
Yes, sir.
At night.
Yes, sir.
And then my younger brother, man, was sitting in the doorway laughing his ass off. I was
Yeah.
like, come and help me, man. I gotta sweep this shit up, you know, before dad get home. But the thing was, he had told me for a whole week.
Yeah.
I knew it already.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when you say, you know, we should allow kids to disrespect us and question us, there's a certain level of questioning that's acceptable.
Yeah.
You know, because we're not peers.
But I take issue with that statement. Allow our children to disrespect us. I don't think that we should ever allow them
No,
to
not
disrespect
at all.
us.
Exactly.
But I do want you to question me because I tell my students, I tell my son, question everything, including me.
I don't know everything.
I don't know
Know
everything.
everything. Right.
I don't know. Yes, I want you to question that. I would be beaming with pride when my students question something I,
you,
say.
you want to know something.
Yeah.
You want to know. You want.
And I want them to know. I want them to arm themselves.
A lot of times you learn something from them that because we so stuck in our ways about how our parents taught us and how their parents taught them, they come with a new twist to it and make you go, oh damn, I never even looked at it like that. You know, and that's how my children did me. My daughter is a debater. Mm-hmm. She debates you down to the ground. I'm like, look, girl. Look, girl, she's 28 now, but it's like, baby. But she asked those questions and she had a rebuttal. Mm-hmm. So as I'm talking back to her and she's so in depth that she gives you stack upon answers. And she's that smart. And I'm like, baby, I didn't need all of that right now. My head about to pop because that's just how in tune she is. But I get it. I love that they do. But they never disrespected me because, like Cherrard said, that's that trust. They trust dad. And they had that little bit of fear.
Yeah.
They know dad is the sweetest guy in the world. But that little twisted up there.
Yes.
You know?
I never disrespected my mother. My mother is the sweetest lady. But my mother is a G.
Yeah.
And I would never, because I have seen her boss up and I didn't want to meet her wrath ever. And plus, I love my mother. So I would never disrespect. It would hurt my own feelings to disrespect my mother. Of course, you know, when you coming up, you a teenager. Yeah, I had back talk and all that. I ain't mean it. You know, I was just being a kid though. You know, I really, really love and cherish my mother. There is nothing I would do to hurt her or make her feel disrespected in any way. If she did, I would feel bad as fuck. Like,
Can I ask you a question?
yes.
Do you cuss around your mom or in front of your mom now that we're grown?
Yes, and I could always cuss in front of my mother.
Okay, see, I grew up and I'm the oldest of like 7, 8, 9. How many? I'm the oldest. Okay.
Okay.
I've never cussed in front of my mom, and then to
Do you now?
I may slip up a little bit. I might go a little bitch or ass or I might do a shit.
Well, my mom know I'm pissed if I cuss.
Yeah, and exactly, and that's when people know I'm upset because I throw some F-bombs out there. I put them cuss words together real,
See, I just
real
cuss
eloquently.
around him. You know what I'm saying? Because he brings that out of me.
I cuss like
I
a
was just
sailor.
wondering because my mom cussed like a sailor. So my younger siblings, now that they're older now, they be dropping F-bombs and this, that, and the mud jumpers. I be cringing like, why y'all saying this for my mama?
Right.
Hey, this your mama. She my mama too. And we
Right.
grown. I got kids. And I'm like, I guess so, my mom boy. It's all right, baby. It's all right.
My friends cringe because all of my friends have relationships with my mother
Right.
outside of me. But they cringe when I have a conversation with her. I'm not like how I am with my friends
Yeah,
with my mother.
exactly,
But
yeah.
I drop a few F-bombs.
You don't
but
cuss
I could,
at her.
Right,
No.
you're telling that
Doing it.
story or whatever the
Yes,
case
but
may
I
be.
could always, my mother, her parenting style was this. Do as I say. God damn it.
Mm-hmm.
But I want you to be self-aware, so I want you to express yourself in the way that you need to express yourself.
Right.
Just don't cuss at me.
There you
We
go.
never had the conversation though, but it was just something that was understood.
Yeah.
Okay, now you see, it was just understood.
Yes.
These idiots nowadays, because these kids, and I can call them idiots,
'Cause they are.
because
Yeah.
they are, because they lack critical
I love y'all
thinking.
if any of my
Yeah.
kids are listening.
They lack critical thinking because
do.
it's been taken away
yeah.
from them. You
Yeah.
see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, case in point. When I was told, go do the kitchen, that meant wipe the stove off, clean the counter, sweep the floor, along with the dishes, put the food and everything up. You tell them to wash the dishes. They'll go wash the dishes.
That's it.
You'll be like, oh, you.
I should have said clean up the kitchen to this one, and I should have told them what it meant.
Right. So it's like, so they have to be told step by step how to do things. And back in the day, we would just get a list. This what you this what needs to be
This is what
done.
you have
Exactly.
to do. But I used to get in trouble because the way that my brain works, I'm very literal. So if my mother had said, go and wash the dishes, I would have probably just went and washed the dishes. However, I am a Virgo. So if I see something on the stove, I'm now clean the stove. And I can't leave out the kitchen without sweeping and mopping the floor. But that was me. But, and I'll give you an example of my literalness. So I used to live with a man, and he asked me to go and get something off the table. And so I said, which table? And he immediately got an attitude with me. So I said, hold on. And I looked around our space. Currently, there are 3 tables here, sir.
Right.
All I need is all of the information so I can do what you asked me to do. Instead of me going to each table, just tell me which table. That's it. I'll gladly go and get and retrieve what you want. But you have to give me all the information that I need so that I can make an intelligent
You
choice.
sound like my wife. Boy, she's a tourist, but
She my sister then.
she's very analytical.
Yes.
So, and the way her mind works, you have to tell her, babe, if you go in the kitchen, can you grab XYZ off of?
Yes.
And she'll go, yeah. Oh, okay, it's on the table. Here, boom.
Absolutely. I
So
feel
I get it. So I'm very relatable to you.
Yes, but I'm like that with everything. You have to tell me specifically what you need from me, especially if you're in a position where you're making a request of me, and I'm in a position to provide the request. You got to give me everything that I need to fulfill your request.
Gotcha.
That's your job.
Now, what I took exception to what Dude was talking about, the disrespect and things like that, it seemed like he was speaking in a sense that it wasn't already explained to these children already how to do these things. Like if your grandmother tells you to go paint the house,
yeah.
she's assuming that you already know how to paint the house.
Right.
And that's how I look at, I'm literal, but common sense for me is like everything to me. And I read between the lines, right? Sometimes I overanalyze.
Yeah.
shit, right?
Yes, I do too.
As do I.
So when my dad was like, or my mom is like, go do X, Y, and Z, it in my head it's like, okay, this, and then hell, like you said, I see this is dirty too. I need to, man. I went over and above so that when they came to look at shit, I ain't gotta do nothing.
Right, because I don't want you to come say nothing else to me. I want to be done with this.
Do it right the first time so you don't have to do it again. My
Yes.
daddy was big on that. I was one of those, I was a slacker before, after that first tail whooping, I think he showed me how to do something, and then I didn't do it the way he showed me. It's like, why am I putting myself through this? Hold up, he asked me to do, let me go and do what he asked me to do it the right way, because I don't want to see this brother in my face no more.
Yes.
Bro, when my
You know?
pops grabbed a plate and he did this,
It didn't squeak, bruh.
and he put that joint back in the water, and he took all the dishes.
I think
That's
all
my
the
dad.
kids have had that experience.
But you see, it's like it wasn't no thing where oh my God, it was like, damn, I ain't gonna be able to get outside.
Right, man. I gotta do this.
Yes, I got to do
I had a
this.
date. I was trying to get this shit done before
My
my
thing
date
was,
time.
I'm trying to go hoop,
Yeah.
and then when you're trying to hoop and you don't get there in time, you're gonna be with a bum ass team because
Yeah.
all the good
Yes.
people. So I'm like, oh man, I gotta redo this all over. And that's what these kids now, they're so spoiled.
Oh,
Yes.
trust.
Yes.
Trust.
You know.
See, they ain't never been whooped about they sleep because they forgot to do something.
For real.
I mean, I have. But I'm saying most of these kids, I told you to do something, they went and went to bed. My daddy woke me up. Didn't I tell you to get that kitchen clean? Oh, damn, I forgot that. I got tired. Well, you should have did, you know. And I got whooped up out my sleep. Some of these kids have never experienced that.
But I don't believe that physical abuse is a good disciplinary tactic. Even though,
Okay.
because like my parents would go too far. Like I remember one time, I don't know what I could have done to warrant this. I just can't imagine because the punishment was so extreme. I got out the bathtub, and immediately, as soon as I stepped onto the bathroom floor, my mother came in the bathroom with an extension cord. My whole body
you got
is
that
wet.
wet whooping. Woo!
And she whooped me with an extension cord. And I was like, okay, that is child abuse. Like, that's not cool. But I feel like physical abuse of children or people, period, comes from slavery.
Yeah.
And I'm not I don't condone it. I feel like, because we want our kids to know and understand conflict resolution, right? We have to be an example of that. So my first thought is not going to be to whoop my kid.
Oh no, it's not the first.
No,
My
that's not the
first thought is going to be, let me explain it and what the fuck is up, because they
get your
clearly
ass
they don't
kicked
know.
after the third one.
Yeah, there you go. You get a 3-strike rule in my house.
I just don't believe in putting laying
Hey,
hands.
look,
Although there are
sometimes-
exceptions, I will lay hands.
Sometimes they need it, baby. I'm telling you.
Hey, but see, the thing
Go ahead.
is, there's a difference between discipline and abuse.
Yes.
Discipline is me trying to correct an action.
Yes.
Right. Abuse is me coming home from work pissed and you just sitting there mad.
I
You know
got
what I'm saying? And that's what this little woke cancel culture bullshit we have nowadays is. Don't hit your kid. Fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Because this is me in my house. I run this house right here.
And I agree with that. I agree with everybody should run their house how they should.
And how, cause see, put it this way, when working in schools, you can see those kids that never get disciplined, disrupt the education of all the other kids in there. And then in my head, it's like, if I can just take him to the bathroom for a few minutes,
Yes, sir.
and show him what discipline is.
Yeah.
But see, the kind of discipline I gave, children love me.
Yeah.
Bruh, I love on children. I play. I do all those good things. But guess what? There's a demarcation point. Boom.
Yep.
I am not your peer. I'm up here. You're down here. Not in value. But in what I know.
Right.
And then my martial arts instructor used to ask. He used to say, if you want to taste my tea, you got to empty your cup. So if you want to know anything that I know, you got to empty your cup, right?
You got to forget everything that you know.
Yeah.
Forget everything you know. And then I'm going to reprogram you with this knowledge. I didn't say forget it all. Just move it out the way and understand that this is my way of doing things. Because when you get out into this world, you're going to have to navigate everything I told you in the house may not work out there.
Yeah.
But I'm giving you critical thinking skills so that you can navigate this evil ass place we live in.
Now, at my school, we are putting a critical thinking class. Well, we're considering putting a critical thinking class into the curriculum.
Oh, that'd be sweet.
It would be, but damn. Like, you got to get... So, where's the line, like, of things that you get from the school and things that you get at home?
Exactly. Because what's going on is they using you guys as babysitters. Honestly. It's like...
And nothing was more true than when the pandemic hit.
Oh, yeah.
And we saw it, like how we're viewed. It's not for our skill and intellect.
No.
It is.
I'm getting my kids out the
I'm
house
getting my
for
kids
9
out
hours.
the house.
8 to 9 hours. Yeah.
It's,
and see,
it's
that's why
ridiculous.
I believe teachers, we pay athletes a lot of money.
Yeah.
And I think athletes should get paid a lot of money based on the owners and how much they charge us to view these people.
Yeah.
But guess what? If in my perfect world, the educators are the smartest people because they teach us what we need to know in order to get to the
excel,
place to
yeah.
make
Yes.
this money, right?
No doubt.
So how is it that in one breath, we telling you, hey, for 10 hours a day, And I used to work as a security guard in high school from 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock because they had adults. So I had to stay all day. So it's like, hold on, I ain't making enough money for this shit. Y'all niggas bad.
Yeah.
Right.
You know? And it's like, damn, but they expect these teachers to put up with all of this bullshit. Right? And I can see how some teachers get burned out.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
You got 35, some classrooms have 35 children in it.
And look,
whereas before it used to be 15 to 20.
And when I saw that they mix, special ed or whatever they call them nowadays, special ed with regular, it's like, hold on, wait a minute, that's why I can't know. Because this child needs a special something, and they need a class to themselves, and then these kids need a class to themselves so that they can get the learning that they deserve. And that shit used to just trip me out, man.
It's weird because we have to differentiate the learning in the same classroom environment, and nobody is getting enough of what it is
because
that they need.
Even regular kids learn at a different pace.
Yes, and they have a different learning style. All of them. It's a trip being a teacher in this environment.
And a lot of teachers are quitting, right?
Yeah.
Because of this new environment that we're in, man.
Yes, and the children, y'all.
They don't pay y'all enough.
They don't.
Period.
Because teachers should be paid like athletes.
They should be paid like athletes or
what,
college professors and things of that nature. Because
a teacher should make 6 digits off the rip.
Off the rip.
Because
the kids are so, especially the kids nowadays, are so poorly behaved, and they don't have a filter. Like when we were in school, we cussed.
Yeah,
but we didn't cuss in the presence of an adult.
Exactly.
They don't even hesitate when they see us in the hallways. Yeah. Like, they let the F-bombs and the bitch bombs fall out of their mouths with ease. And I'll be like, well, damn. And they be like, Miss Ricks, you cuss. I do. Yeah. But I don't cuss here.
Right.
Because there's a time and a place for everything.
And these kids are jumping on teachers. You see?
I wish they would try to jump on me.
They just broke that teacher's leg.
Bro, I made a mistake in 5th grade fighting some dude, and my teacher grabbed me, and I hauled off and smacked her. She grabbed me up in my collar and slammed me up against that wall. She said, "You hit me one more goddamn time." I said, "I am so sorry, man. I was just angry, and I didn't know who was grabbing me, And we became good friends from that. But, boy, my mom said, "Oh, she grabbed you up?" I said, "Mom, she grabbed me up." I mean, my mom was a teacher 30 plus years, so she said, "Baby," she grabbed me up and slammed me up against that wall. I was shook. I was shook, but I was fighting this dude named Darren. He drop kicked me. I'm sitting there, and he just kicked me in the face for no reason. So I had to I had to go there with him.
You had to put them hands on, bro.
But he just out of the blue just fire. I'm like,
but see, when it comes to discipline, and my dad, this is, he and I, after high school, like immediately after high school, our relationship just it tanked.
Really?
That was my fault.
Okay.
Get big head, drinking, hanging with the wrong crowd, the whole 9 yards. So what can you tell me? Him and Mom's going through some shit. I sided with Mom's. Okay. Right. And so 20 years almost without speaking to him.
Wow.
And we got a chance to reunite. It's been almost 20 years now.
Okay.
So we kick it, right? And man, to be able to go and talk to him about certain things, and it was like, I'd rather whoop you instead of the police whoop you.
That's what my old man told me.
You know what I'm saying? Because he explained, you're a black man out here in these streets, and they view you differently. And they do. I was reading an article that a white man the same size as me will be considered smaller than me.
And don't let you be darker. See, I'm considered light skinned in my family. I'm like the brightest in my siblings because everybody's sort of dark. I've never really been harassed by police, but my brothers and my other brothers that's darker, all the time. Man, I was like, so I didn't understand, like, why y'all keeping it? And I realized, I said, they're darker.
Yeah.
They got a nicer car or whatever the case may be. They pulling them over because they're darker. I got a nice vehicle too, but they just, he's all right. He doesn't look like a threat. And I had to understand. I didn't get it at first.
And don't be dark skinned with allergies. Your eyes red.
Oh man!
You
going to jail?
Yeah, you going to jail. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah,
but that's the thing though. That's why I said we got to. Yeah, I believe we should explain to kids. Hey, such and such. And then we need to teach them. And before they hit school, we have to discipline, structure, organization. When they go to school, they should already know. Everybody knows that there's a direct correlation between education and crime, right?
Yeah.
So if I'm teaching my children what to do, organize, critical think, the whole nine before they even reach you, that makes your job easy.
It does.
You know,
Oh my
now you got the letter A on the board. Like, what is this? A.
Yeah.
It's not teach. You know, now you have a foundation, a stronger foundation in which to springboard off and educate the rest of the kids.
Yeah. But it starts at home.
It
my
does
old man,
start
my
at
old
home.
man was big on me learning how to read and write, and he was teaching me math at 4. Math is not my strong subject, but he used to get on me. You need to know this. You need to know this, and I struggled with it, but it started at home. I learned how to do certain things because old man, I had little booklets that I used to have to do on the weekend, and before I got to go and do anything at that young age, I had to finish 2 or 3 pages of my booklet, which was English, science, math. Okay.
I'm sorry
No, you
to
good.
cut you off, but I think it's also important to explain things to children so that they can know how to communicate effectively.
Yeah, conflict resolution.
Some of
Just
these children-
because they
Ooh.
don't know how to communicate
No.
effectively,
This is
they
what
think
they
just
do.
because they're saying words out of their mouths,
just
that
talking.
they're just talking.
This is their communication.
And
This
you know
is
what?
their communicate. They turn in papers as it, and they
They're
write
talking,
them like
as
they're
they're
a
talking.
text message.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I'm like, I don't understand what I be saying to myself. I don't understand what the fuck this means. And I be like, hey, come here.
Explain this to
desk.
me, yeah.
Why have you abbreviated words here? I don't even know what this means. And you have to write incomplete sentences. Do you understand what a complete sentence is? Now I'm working with so I teach art. I teach honors ELA for 9th and 10th grade. And I teach a print shop class.
Okay.
ELA is what? Early learning.
No, it's English language arts. It's
Okay.
English,
Oh,
you know.
it was kicking. I'm like, wait a minute. Yeah, I failed that class.
So they have to do this thing every day when they come into my class. They have to write. They have to do a writing prompt.
Right.
And I tell them write in complete sentences. So then it occurred to me one day, shit, these motherfuckers might not even know what a complete sentence is. So I asked, like, do y'all know what a complete sentence is? They were like, yeah. I'm like, well, what is it? Silence. I'm like, you have to include the question in your response.
Yeah.
How we do that, Ms. Ricks? Are you fucking kidding me? But it's not their fault, though.
Exactly.
It's not their fault.
So much has been taken away from
Yeah.
them.
Yes,
Yeah.
so much has
Educationally.
been taken away educationally, but also parents are not doing what they need to do at the crib.
Now, question.
Yes.
I think language is suffering really bad because the age of the parent is so
young.
so much younger
Yeah.
now. Because listen to the way these young people
Actually
articulate.
talk, yeah.
You know, and it's like, what the hell did you just say? I don't know what you said. Then when you look at their kids, and it's like, oh snap,
Yeah.
your mom and daddy dumb.
Yes.
It's not dumb.
That's a reality, though.
Yeah, they not dumb. They just a little.
Some
Some of them are, bro.
Yeah, I already know. You know.
Like I said,
Some of them
I got enough experience working in that Head Start program and smelling and reeking of weed.
Yeah.
They
Oh
come
man.
into the
Alcohol,
school
right.
like
I know.
smelling like weed. They coming high. They coming drunk. Now the kids are coming to school high. I mean, like at my school, it's a real problem.
I already
Weed is
know.
a real problem.
It's a weed problem. Period. They start smoking cigarettes as much because they smoke weed on a daily
I don't smoke
level.
cigarettes. Yeah, but you smoke
But you smoke
marijuana.
Every
marijuana and
day,
they smoke
all
them
day.
breezes. I don't even know what the fuck that shit is.
Hey,
A breeze. Them pens.
Oh,
I
those
think-
pens.
vape.
Okay,
Yeah,
the
vapes.
vape pens.
Yeah.
and that's worse than
It's
cigarettes.
worse than the cigarettes.
Yeah.
And see, and that's the thing. We're letting the inmates run the asylum. You know, a child. As a child, you can't tell me how to parent you. You know what I'm saying? When you
Yes.
get the hell out of my house, you can do what the hell you want to do.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
in this joint, this how this go. This Rod's world right here.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. I always tell my children, anytime you want to talk, I'm here.
Absolutely.
The door is always open. We can talk about any and everything you want to talk about.
To this day.
You know,
Yes.
but there's still a level of respect you're going to show me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
And I've explained, especially to my son, I explained to him, the dynamics of our relationship is going to change over years.
Oh yeah.
When you're a young kid, I can say, hey, go sit down, chill out. When you become a young man, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to speak to you differently now.
Yeah.
Yes,
You
because
know?
the respect level change. And now, don't get me wrong. I think people, from the time they exit the womb, are worthy of respect.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
However, how I demonstrate that respect changes over time once
Yeah.
maturity comes in.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because now, like, I didn't see my mother as a person until I was 30 years old. Until I was the age that she was when she had me. Because I'm like, okay, I'm 30 now. But I can't imagine being 30 with 3 children that I am married and with a house and all of that
The
stuff.
responsibilities.
So it started, how I viewed my mother started to change. Because not only do you have these things, you got these 3 kids, but you also have to navigate your own life while trying to navigate the lives of these 3 knucklehead ass kids. So I saw my mother in a different way, and the respect that I had for her quadrupled because I know I wasn't equipped.
I did the same thing with my younger brother. I'm 16 years his senior.
Okay.
I was born when my dad was 16.
Oh, wow.
You
Okay.
understand? By the time my dad and mom was 30 and 32, they had 6 children. You understand what I'm saying? So I understood. So one day he said, "You not my daddy." I say, "But I'm old enough to be your dad. Think about it, bro." I say, "The age you are right now is the age I was when dad is the age I am." And the light bulb went off in his head. He said, "Well, I'll be damned, bro." I said, and then he started thinking, "Well, I'm the baby." And he just started putting it together.
Yeah.
He was like, "Whoa." By the time they was 30, they had all of us.
Yeah.
They moved from Chicago. So everything started clicking, but you had to put it in perspective. Like you say, like, damn, they was 14 and 16 years old when they started out. And they still together, you know what I'm saying? They were still young on their own, still trying to figure out life them damn self,
Yes.
but raising kids at the same
kids.
time.
So I'm
Woo.
supposed to let a kid disrespect me in my house, and there's 4 or 5 of y'all. I got 9 kids total.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I gotta make you first motherfuckers the example.
Come on.
For the rest. You know what I'm saying? Hey, dad, such and such. Now the rest of you see how the rest of the kids react. Be like, so y'all just caught what we're now.
Right.
You know, Pop's good with these. I got these hands over here, right? You know, and my daughter, man, my daughter was the hellion. She was all 8 of them together.
What, your oldest? Which daughter?
No, my second oldest daughter, right?
Okay.
But my oldest with my ex-wife. She was the hellion. She was kicked out of all the school system. Everything, the whole 9. And it's like, I'm just surprised my beard was just not full gray. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, you know, they run you. You're it's a constant learning.
Yo, yeah.
You know, it's constant learning. It's like, oh, okay, hold on, let me see. My dad would have broke her neck by now. But you know,
do that.
you know, this
Yeah,
I'm gonna try to do a little different.
Yeah.
You know, and then you get to the point where, you know what, dad would have snapped your neck on first offense. I'm gonna do it on the 4th.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like you don't want to beat their ass for everything, and
Right.
and I
And
didn't.
you can't.
You can't, right.
And you know what I did? You know, you're like, yo, come on, chill out, man. Chill out. Now, the only thing with children that piss me off, I love the laughter. I love silliness. I love that, man. I love that because kids' laughter is infectious.
Yeah,
It is.
absolutely, bro.
Yes.
But all that stuff, leave me alone.
That
Now,
whining
that
shit
right there
drives me
all right.
nuts.
That was my trigger. That's when I just lost my mind. I just walk in like Jason with the belt, like,
Like, there's a maniac.
yeah, that's right. I'm a maniac.
My dad used to do that. I remember one time we were on the stairs, playing on the stairs, me and my brother and my sister. And I was like, y'all better stop for daddy get us. And he was my dad was a maniac, for real. He should have been getting a check. He came up them basement stairs with a belt. It was called the jingle belt. We used to fuck us up. It had all these, that was abuse. It had all these buckles on it. And he was like, you goddamn right. And he came out of nowhere with the jingle belt and fucked us up. I'm like, that's fucking maniac. I'm like, it's got a fucking
Ran up
problem.
on my son like that. I told him to do something. He stumped up the stairs and he forgot I'm a little agile. He turned around. I was in his face. He was, he was a big boy. My boy he's 26 now, but he's like 6 feet tall, 280, 200, maybe 300 pounds. He's a big boy. He never knew how strong he was, but he didn't know dad was that strong too. I ran up on him, grabbed him in his collar. You should have seen him freak out. His eyes got big.
Yes.
My daughter's like, you like a cheetah, Dad. I didn't even hear you come up the stairs. I said, because he ain't going to be stumping up no stairs. Cause
Not my stairs.
He mad at me and he don't pay a bill in his house.
You don't stump up the stairs, slam no doors, and you better not go,
sigh if you want to. Sigh if you want to.
You know,
so I'm getting on your nerves now.
Right.
Hey,
I'm going to really get on your nerves.
My dad be like, say again. You be like, what you talking about, man?
Right, I said nothing.
I didn't say nothing, man. You know?
Yes.
Boy, I heard that. Come here. Let me holler at you for a minute. What? No, what you talking about, Pops? No, I heard you say something. Oh, no, I didn't say nothing. No, you said that was a sigh. That means I'm getting under your skin. So let me get up under your skin. Come on, sit down. Oh Lord, here we go. I gotta have this conversation with this dude. I don't really want to talk to him right now. Yes. He about to do some spoken word stuff to me right now because I get deep with him, man. You know, I gotta tell him.
Hey, but you know what? I did figure that was the worst thing my kids experienced with me. It wasn't the whooping. It was me standing them right in front of me, and then I would slow real down. I would talk real low, and then I would slow it down, and then they couldn't lean against nothing. You can't sit on the floor, bro. They'd be standing up about to fall asleep. Wake your ass up. And I would talk to them about an hour or two, and man, when they would walk away, they were like, "Why you do that?" Now they telling on each other amongst each other. You know what I'm saying? So you don't. It's not a beating for everything.
Right.
You know, so discipline and abuse are totally two different things. You know what I'm saying? But we've got to the point now where hell, if you say no the wrong way, it's like abuse. You know, everything is so soft.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Virgo verdict.
The Virgo verdict. The topic
verdict is.
Should we let children allow the children to disrespect an adult or things of that nature? So we expounded on that and we had some conversation about it.
I just better not get no disrespect from the kids.
None.
I have zero tolerance for the disrespect.
None.
Now you can express yourself.
Yeah.
But you gonna respect me in your expression.
Absolutely.
'Cause fuck that. Now I might go back on my word when I said I don't whoop kids.
My son called me bro one time.
Ooh, that's a pet peeve of mine.
Especially when a girl say it.
I said, excuse me? I said, bro. I said, do I look like your brother's son? It clicked. I am his son. But Dad, it's just the word. I said, yeah, but you're not talking to one of your homies. You're talking to me.
And I think it's important to teach children now, be intentional with your words.
Yeah, no doubt.
Cause like at school, they be like, man, Miss Ricks bro. And I'm like, I'm not your bro. Words are powerful. Yeah. You know, it's you're creating a spell with these words. Yeah. That's why it's called spelling.
It's like in the beginning was the word.
Yes,
and then it was made
that's
flesh.
The first thing that we're taught. You know, words, sound was the first thing next to after light. Mm-hmm. So, you know, I teach my kids, be intentional with your words. Don't tell me, like when they be cussing, oh, I'm sorry, my bad, Miss Ricks. The best apology is change behavior, number one.
Oh, that's the teacher talking.
Yeah. That's the teacher talking. She went, the best behavior. She went.
Yes. And be intentional with your words. That means mean what you say. Mm-hmm. So I got a little trick for my kids. I know they don't do it, but I say it to them every time. Think 5 times before you open your mouth. By the 5th time, what you really want to say is what's going to come out.
Well, we had that term back in the day. You better think before you say what you say.
Yeah.
You said 5 times. We just, think about it before you say it because if it come out,
you speak right.
If it come out fucked up, you're going to get fucked up.
Girl, you better say that. You better say it,
Yes. But my siblings were so terrible that I was like, okay, I don't want to be like them. I don't want to give my mama no more problems. Like, they did it. The 2 Tauruses, they did it. And I think they were the reason I don't have children.
So where do you fall on hierarchy for siblings?
I'm the baby.
I figured.
I am the baby.
The babies learn from experience.
Yes.
Real talk.
And I think even though I'm the baby, I'm the voice of reason.
That's my daughter. I mean, that's my wife.
Yeah.
She's the baby of 4. Mm-hmm. I got the cream of the crop, Joe. Yeah. Cause the other ones, I love them, but baby, I'm glad I got her. That's all I'm gonna say. Yes. I'm glad I got her, man. So
I got you, babe.
Yeah. And my younger ones, my baby sister, she was the baby. She was a mess. She's solid now, but boy, as a teenager, she ran my mama. Boy, my mama. Had to jump on her a couple times. You know, not jump on her, but jump on her. You know what I'm saying? Get her together a couple times.
Yes.
And the baby boy is cool. He just the baby. You know, even at 36 years old, he is the baby. I'm like, man, if you don't quit whining with your whine, I love you. Quit whining, man. Man, that's his favorite song. Man. I love him though. That's my dude. My bad, right? That's my dude. He cool as hell, man. Cool as a fan. But hey, we had a wonderful time. I appreciate us sitting down doing this Virgo Verdict. We're gonna do this again.
Yes.
And we're gonna figure it out. And the topic was, come on, Sherrod, what was it?
Should we allow our children to disrespect us?
No.
Hell to the no.
Fuck no.
I agree with them.
You know. Yeah. So it's the one. I almost said the one that will be. Oh man, it's the Virgo Verdict with your man Will Be.
Cherrard Cohen.
And Traci Ricks.
Yeah, it's powered by the Great Kitchen Takeover, the Soul Vision Powercast, and the Soul Emporium. We're going to do this again. I appreciate you guys. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. It'll be on YouTube soon. Hey, let's go. Peace.
Peace.